The quiet has been sitting with you, holding the loneliness, showing you who you're becoming, and something starts to shift. You realize you don't have to fit back in, not to be loved, not to be understood, not to be safe. The black sheep doesn't have to prove anything anymore. It doesn't have to explain why it sees differently, feels deeper, walks another path. And in that letting go, a quiet freedom begins. For so long, the ache was in trying to belong to the old shape, saying the right words, keeping the right opinions, staying small enough so no one would step back. But every time you tried, the quiet inside said, "That's not you anymore." So you stopped trying. And at first, it felt like loss. Like you were drifting further from everyone. But then you noticed the people who truly see you, even if there are only a few, even if they're silent, they're still there. They don't need you to fit. They feel the same pull. And the ones who needed you to shrink, they fade naturally. Not with anger, not with drama, just with distance. And that distance, it's not rejection, it's clarity. The gift of not fitting in isn't about being different for its own sake. It's the freedom to stop performing, to stop editing yourself so others feel comfortable, to let your choices, your words, your presence simply be what they are. You start to move through the world from that deeper place. You speak when it feels true. You stay silent when it doesn't. You choose paths that match your knowing, even if no one else sees why yet. And in that quiet freedom, life begins to feel lighter. Not perfect, not without challenges, but lighter. Because you're no longer carrying the weight of someone else's script. You're carrying your own, softly, honestly, moment by moment. And somewhere in that lightness, you realize this is what the quiet was preparing you for. Not to be alone, but to be free enough to love yourself, others, the world, without needing to fit inside anyone's box. If you're feeling that quiet freedom beginning, or if the idea of it still feels scary, just sit with it. Let the black sheep walk beside you without apology. What becomes possible when you stop trying to fit? What opens when you let yourself simply be? I'd love to hear what you notice. Whatever feels true, no pressure. No need to have it figured out. More soon.